By my count, if I make all these payments before the timer's out, none of them will be late. Welcome to the Red Desk. Here's the thing about paying your bills on time. You really should try to do it. Why? Because there's an avalanche of annoyance, or worse, like damaged credit scores if you don't. Long story short, when you can't pay your bills on time for whatever reason, life can get tough fast. But what are the actual consequences? And how can we stay on top of things? That's what we're here to find out. For starters, you gotta pay late fees. These fees will vary depending on exactly which payment was missed. As an example, a mortgage company may charge you a 5% late fee. If your mortgage is $1,500 a month, that's a $75 fee. When it comes to late payments on a mortgage, most lenders offer a grace period. For other bills like credit cards or utilities, if you know you'll be late, it never hurts to call ahead to see if they can work with you to waive the fee. One of the worst effects of missing a payment is the hit to your credit. Your credit score measures how financially trustworthy you are, and the lower it gets, the more expensive borrowing gets. That's because you'll be charged a higher interest rate. Low credit scores can also stop you from qualifying for certain loans and credit cards. When you miss a payment, how large the credit drop is depends on a lot of things, like credit history and your current score, but late payments stay on your history for 7 years. That's a long time. Don't do it. If you take too long to pay a bill, it can get sent to collections. Collections is when a collections agency or company is tasked with getting you to pay a particular bill. This can cause a big dip to your credit score and is, to be frank, no fun. If you don't believe a bill is justified, heck yeah, fight it. But if not, do everything you can to avoid having a bill sent to collections. Speaking of which, sometimes life just trips you up and there's no way to avoid missing a payment, but that doesn't mean there aren't a lot of things we can do to avoid it. The worst reason to have a missed payment is because you just forgot. And that's why AutoPay is your friend. I like to set up all my credit cards to pay the minimum, and then I hop into my account once a month to pay off the whole bill and track my spending. If you use a budget tool like Rocket Money that shows you your spending, you'll know exactly how much of a balance you need to pay, or whatever you're comfortable with, at or above the minimum, really. Okay, similarly, skip the bill pay aggregators some banks offer. That's when a bank is like, hey, we'll pay your bills for you, no problem. Sounds great in theory, but you can't rely on the bank's system to get your payments to the person you owe in time. Date sent is not date received, and the convenience isn't worth the risk. You're going to want some money saved for those oh no moments. Whether it's a medical emergency, fender bender, or losing a job, emergency funds protect you from when life happens. Most people try to get 3 to 6 months in a high-yield savings account for this. Make sure all your monthly bills are part of your emergency calculation. You've got to keep paying what you owe even during emergencies, or your credit may take a hit. Look back on what you spent the last few months, calculate the average, multiply that by 3, and then make that your target. Budgeting is just knowing what you're spending, where, and being able to access it easily. And that's easier than ever with online budget tools like Rocket Money. You just connect your bank accounts, credit cards, and loans, and ta-da! Using a budget consistently can help you track not only how much you're spending, but how much you're saving too. Interest is the cost of borrowing money, and it adds up fast. The best way to stay on top of your bills is to not lose tons of money to unnecessary interest. One way to do this is to pay your statement balance in full on your credit cards each month to avoid interest charges. So after you have an idea of your financial picture with your budget, prioritize getting rid of your highest interest debt, like credit cards, first. There's a big difference between the ability to pay bills and the management of bills. In other words, it's easier to stay on top of bills when you're living within your means and are financially stable. If you feel like you're drowning, yes, make a budget. Yes, work toward an emergency fund, but also consider what changing jobs or moving to a lower cost of living area could do for your financial life. That's it! Want to get an idea of where all your money is going? The Rocket Money Learning Center is a free resource for financial tips and information. Check out more at the link in the description. Thanks for checking us out today. If you'd like to see more videos just like this, click right here. And don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.